Hi guys, good evening and a very warm welcome to the session here. I can see some of you have already joined us here. A very good evening everyone. I hope you guys are doing well and your preparations are going good too. Today's session, as you know, is based on coded direction sense, right? So again, we will be checking out few questions related to the same, but before that guys, one small request to everybody, that is please share the stream once with your friends as well, so that they know that the class has started. ठीक है, तो जल्दी से एक बार सबके साथ शेयर कर दो सेशन को. ओके, गुड इवनिंग एवरीवन. चलो, so let's have a look at the questions for today, but before that I hope that everybody has already downloaded the app for Oliveboard and also you have subscribed to the official channel of Oliveboard. नहीं सब्सक्राइब किया है तो जल्दी से सब्सक्राइब कर लो. गुड इवनिंग. So today we will be having a look at different types of questions that you come across direction sense in your mains examination. Now this is a very scoring and important topic for your mains examination. ठीक है, मेंस के लिए बहुत ही important है. Shaurya, very good evening. Good evening, everyone. Kshitij, good evening. Shravani, uh, today also your voice is low. Shravani, अब तो नहीं होना चाहिए because we got it checked and everything was working fine. अभी तो नहीं होना चाहिए. Naveen, good evening. Naveen, tell me, is the voice low here? Is it still low? Because I got it checked and everything was working fine in the afternoon. दोपहर में तो सब कुछ ठीक था. Everything was working fine. Is it still low, guys? Voice is okay? Good evening, Kudrat. No, ma'am. All okay. Good evening, Naveen. Good evening. Everything is okay. Shravani, just check at your end. I guess everything is working fine here because I got it checked today only. Chalo. So let's have a look at the first question. The first question is there on your screen. Now quickly try this out. Let's see how this has to be done. Right? The question is there on your screen that what should be the direction of R with respect to D. Okay. Chalo. Check this out. Let's see. Now if you are not able to see, मैम फर्स्ट टाइम पढ़ रहा हूँ आपसे. क्षितिज, वार्म वेलकम टू द सेशन हियर. कोई भी प्रॉब्लम होती है, समझने में दिक्कत आती है तो प्लीज बताइएगा. आई विल हेल्प यू आउट विद इट. ठीक है, तो कोई भी दिक्कत होती है ना तो प्लीज पूछ लेना. सपना, वेरी गुड इवनिंग. चलो ट्राई करो इसको जल्दी से. व्हाट शुड बी द आंसर इन हियर? सुरभि, गुड इवनिंग. गुड इवनिंग एवरीबॉडी. मैम मुझे इंग्लिश नहीं आती और इंग्लिश में क्वेश्चंस भी नहीं होते. क्षितिज, अब मेरे पास यहाँ पर देखो क्वेश्चंस तो हिंदी में नहीं है, लेकिन हाँ अगर कुछ समझने में दिक्कत होती है तो आप मुझसे पूछ सकते हो, मैं हिंदी में बता दूंगी. मैम, आई वॉच्ड ऑल योर क्लासेस ऑफ 3 days. श्योर, आई होप यू फाउंड इट यूजफुल फॉर योर अपकमिंग मेंस. तो दिस इज अ डेली सेशन, राइट? दिस विल हैपन डेली 8 to 9 p.m. राइट? 8 to 9 p.m. हमारी क्लासेस हो रही है एंड दीज आर फॉर योर पर्टिकुलरली फॉर योर IBPS एंड SBI PO means. Right? Shubham, good evening. Good evening, Neeraj. I hope everybody is able to understand this particular question. Thank you so much, Ritesh. It's my pleasure to help you out. ठीक है, तो बिल्कुल आपको कोई भी डाउट होता है तो प्लीज बताइएगा. ठीक है, चलो try this out guys. Yavneet doing? Okay, Naveen says it should be northeast. So answer is coming as northeast here. Naveen says it should be northeast. Anyone else? Same northeast, Shaurya? Southeast. Okay, we are getting another answer. Southeast. कोई बात नहीं सुरभि. Try southwest. Okay, southwest. कुदरत कह रहे हैं साउथ वेस्ट होगा. अच्छा चलो let's try it out, right? Let's see. Northeast, northwest, northwest. Okay, we have one more answer, that is northwest. Okay, so now we have Priyanka saying northwest, and also Naveen saying northwest, Surbhi northwest, Kshitij northwest, Ganesh, very good evening. तो चलो let's quickly try this out. Let's see how this has to be done. ठीक है, कैसे करना है? We have two paths in here, right? चलो. So two people, Arun and Binod, they went to different shops to buy items. Both of them are following a different path here. Okay, you can see that some codes have been given here. Like let's say A3 at the rate meter, H का क्या मतलब है? At the rate denotes west. So A is 3 kilometers west of H. Similarly, here we have different paths. ठीक है? Kunal, very good evening. So now we have to make the path for Arun. Let's say Arun का path बनाते C3 ampersand B. Ampersand means what? You can see ampersand means east. That means C has to be 3 meters east of B, right? This is your C and this is your B, right? So C is 3 meters east of B. Now we have D5 $C. Dollar means what? North. So you can see D has to be north of C, something like this, and this is 5 meters. कुछ इस तरह से बनेगा. ठीक है. Then what do we have here? You can see we have a $6 ampersand. What is the meaning of dollar ampersand? Dollar means north, ampersand means what? East. That means K is towards the northeast of D. This is your K here. And the distance between K and D is 6. ठीक है, ये हो गया. Now what is given? E is 2 hash K. What is the meaning of hash? That means south. So E has to be 2 meters south of K. Let's say this is your E here and E is like this is your 2 meters. ठीक है, कुछ इस तरह से हो गया. And we have E is 4 meters at the rate means Y, west. So that means E has to be towards the west of Y, right? This is the diagram that you will be getting. Okay, तो ये कुछ इस तरह का है. The distance between E and Y is 4. ठीक है, ये इस तरह का कुछ आपका डायग्राम बन रहा है. Okay, let's talk about Binod here. ठीक है, अब बिनोद का कोड बनाते हैं. Let's see what do we have here. So now Binod is starting from point A, $5 at the rate B. What is the meaning of dollar at the rate? Dollar means north, at the rate means west. So you can see it has to be 5 meters northwest like this, right? Let's say this is your 5 meters and this is your A here. Okay. अब यहाँ पर you can see that this 5 will be something less than, मतलब इससे D से नीचे ही आएगा, because this is a hypotenuse for something. If this is 5 which is vertical, तो ये 5 जो है this slanting line, this has to be towards the southwest of your D, right? So A will be something like this. Now R $5 A. ठीक है, E star है सपना. अच्छा चलो check करेंगे. ठीक है, Arun, Kunal, very good evening. R$5 A. What is the meaning of dollar? That is north. So R has to be 5 meters north of A. So you can see R will be 5 meters north of A. So R will be here. Let's say this is your 5 meters. ठीक है, कुछ इस तरह से हो गया. Now what is given? We have P is 3 ampersand R. What is the meaning of ampersand here? Ampersand means you can see east. That means P is towards the east of R, something like this. Let's say this is your P and this is your 3. ठीक है, कुछ इस तरह का आया. Okay. After that, we have P10 hash Z. What is the meaning of hash here? Hash means south, so P has to be 10 meters south of this Z here. Let's say this is your Z. Finally, we have Q5 hash at the rate. Hash at the rate means south and at the rate means west. So that means Q has to be towards the southwest of Z, right? So southwest means somewhere towards this line, and this is also 5 meters here. ठीक है, कुछ इस तरह से बन रहा है. Okay. So the diagram looks something like this. Now the question is, what is the direction of R with respect to point D? Where do we have R? You can see this is your R and this is your D. Now what should be the direction here? This is the question. Now you can see this is your 5, right? This is your 5. Like let's say this is 5 and this is 5. And you can see this total here CD is 5. Now you can see that this R has to be towards the northwest for sure. Why? Because ये 5 है और ये क्या है? Let's say this is your x here. We do not know, whatever it is. So this total distance is what? This is 5 plus x, isn't it? ये जो total distance है R, and let's say this is your O, this is 5 plus x. So this has to be greater than 5, isn't it? So you can see that R will absolutely be towards the northwest, है ना? ऊपर की तरफ होगा. So that means this has to be towards the northwest. So northwest would be the right answer. Are we clear, everybody? तो इसका आंसर क्या आएगा? इसका आंसर नॉर्थ वेस्ट आएगा. I hope this is clear, everyone. Please let me know if we have any doubts in here. Everybody clear? सपना कोई बात नहीं. I hope समझ में आ गया कि किस तरह से करना था. ठीक है? नॉर्थ वेस्ट ओके? चलो next question. Let's have a look at this one. No Simma, there are no shortcuts for this. You will have to do it step by step only. Okay, step by step ही करना पड़ेगा. Shravani, what was not clear? Shravani, which point? Guys, just a second. Shravani, which point is not clear? Why this R has to be towards the Binod is not clear. देखो Binod का we have drawn as per this diagram only. That is A and B, then R to A, then P to R. Like we have done for your Arun as well, right? So we have done the same thing. That is from B, right? From point, he is starting from point A. So B is 5 meters towards the northwest. So A is here. Then your R is towards the north here of A. So $5 A. So you can see R is towards the north. Then we have your P, and then we have drawn your Z, right? Similarly, we have drawn like we have drawn for Arun also. Now the question is, what should be the direction of R with respect to D? Now, if you check, you can see this is the length CD. Now, this length is how much? This length is 5 meter. And what is this RA here? You can see RA is how much? RA is also 5. And let's say if you number this point here as O, what is AO? You can see, let's say AO is X. So what is the total length of RO? RO will be equal to 5 plus X, isn't it? Now 5 plus X has to be absolutely greater than 5 meter. So that is why you can see that R will be towards the northwest only. This line has to be greater than this line, because this already is 5 and this is also 5. So 5 and 5 is equal. But here you are adding this length also. That is why this will be going above. Enough. That is why it will be northwest. Okay, Shravani? Chalo, next question. Let's quickly have a look at this one. Let's try. चलो जल्दी से ट्राई करो. इन द मीनवाइल आई जस्ट शेयर इट इन ऑल द ग्रुप्स गाइस. आप लोग तो शेयर करते नहीं हो क्लास को. So once we complete this particular question, we'll have to see whether we can find all the distances here, and then we will be having one question related to it. Okay, chalo quickly try. Once you complete the question, guys, once you get the diagram, please let me know. I'll show you the question. Okay, the question is on the next screen. Done? अच्छा चलो, let's have a look at the question very quickly. So this is the question, guys. ये आपका question है, which of the following statements is definitely false? Okay, just have a look at this one. Which of the following statements is definitely false? You have to tell me definitely false. That means it can never be true. ठीक है? So these are the three options. Just check. Yes, Shravani, don't worry. Just check, right? Make a note of this. AG is equal to AF, B $A, and EC is greater than FC. Okay, just make a note, and let's go back to the question once again, because some of us are still trying. Okay, I hope everybody has noted down the question here. So you have to tell me which of the following is definitely false. अभी क्वेश्चन बाकी है मैम. हाँ अभी ट्राई करो, मैं वेट कर रही हूँ. Okay, Naveen says it should be only 3. Only 3 कह रहे हो ना Naveen? You have to tell me the options because I don't remember the options here. So you are saying it should be only 3. 2 is definitely false. Okay, so only 2 is definitely false. The question is about definitely false, guys. That means there should not be any possibility for it to be true. Okay, it should be false. सही हो ही नहीं सकता, गलत ही है, ऐसा होना चाहिए. अच्छा चलो, let's draw the diagram. ठीक है, let's see what is given here. So again you can see that we have certain codes in here, and then we have been given certain distances as well. मतलब अगर if you use hash or dollar, that means the distance should be either 8 kilometers or 11 kilometers. Similarly, if you are using percentage or at the rate, the distance should be either 4 kilometers or 14 kilometers. ठीक है. So now let's see what is given here. D dollar B. What is the meaning of dollar? Dollar means south. So we know that D has to be towards the south of B. Let's draw this. D is towards the south of B. The distance is dollar. That means it is either 8 or 11. ठीक है, या तो 8 है या फिर 11 है. After that, we have C hash B. What is the meaning of hash here? Hash means again east. So C has to be towards the east of B. So let's say this is your C here, and the distance between, let's write C here, and the distance between them has to be what? Okay, देखते हैं. So C is here. So B and C, we have a hash. That means again either this is 8 or 11. Okay, this is also C. Now we have F percentage C. Percentage means what? Percentage means west. So let's say we take it थोड़ा सा आगे कर लेते हैं C को. Let's say we take C here. Okay, let's say we take your C here, and we know BC has to be how much? BC is equal to either 8 or 11. Okay, this is known here. Similarly, BD is also how much? If this is 8 or 11. Okay, now we know that F has to be towards the west of C, but F is whether towards the west of B or whether it is between B and C, that we do not know. F can be anywhere to the west of C, isn't it? So we will check. Now we have F at the rate percentage D. What is the meaning of at the rate percentage? At the rate means north, percentage means west. So that means F should be towards the northwest of D. That means you can see that F has to be somewhere like this, isn't it? So you can understand that if it is towards the northwest, that means F should be somewhere like this. Let's say this is your F here. So that means F will be towards the west of B. This is how you will be getting, है ना? Because F should be towards the at the rate percentage. At the rate is north, percentage is west. So F has to be towards the northwest of D. So this is the diagram that we are getting here. Okay. Now what is the relation between your F and C? You can see we had a percentage. Percentage means what distance? That is either 4 or 14 kilometer. Okay. FC has to be how much? You can see FC has to be either 4 or 14. But tell me, can we have FCS 4? Is it possible that we have FCS 4? Anyone? Is it possible? What should be the value of FC here? FC का value क्या होना चाहिए? 4 होगा कि 14 होगा? 14 होगा, right? FC should be 14. Why? Because FC is equal to FB plus CB, है ना? So you can see if BC itself is either 8 or 11, how can FC be equal to 4? That means we know that FC should be totally 14, right? FC का value कितना आएगा? It has to be 14 for sure. हमें तो ये मिल गया अभी तक FC का value, ठीक है? Now let's see what else do we have. A at the rate F. At the rate means what? North. So we know that A has to be towards the north of F. Let's say this is your A here. This was F. Okay. So A is towards the north of F, and the distance between them has to be how much? Let's see. At the rate का मतलब है 4 or 14. So you can see this is either 4 or 14 kilometer. ठीक है. After that, what else do we have? G percentage A. Percentage means west. So G has to be towards the west of A, right? So G percentage A means G is towards the west of A. अब चलो जगह तो है नहीं मेरे पास पर बना लेते हैं. Let's say this is your G here. And percentage means what? Percentage is again 4 or 14. So this is also 4 or 14 here. Okay. चलो आगे देखते हैं. Let's see what else do we have. Okay. This is the kind of diagram that we are getting. So none of them is definitely false. Okay. We'll check. Sapna, don't worry. Now finally we have E at the rate C, right? At the rate means what? North. So E has to be somewhere to the north of C. And if you check, we have E at the rate hash G. What is the meaning of at the rate hash? That is north and east. That means E should be towards the northeast of this, right? So if we see, E has to be above your C, isn't it? E has to be above this level. It should be something like this. So this will be your E here, right? It will be, if you check, EC has to be greater than AF. Okay, AF से बड़ा ही होगा because it has to be towards the northeast of G, isn't it? You can see from the diagram that EC has to be greater than your AF. That is for sure. Why? Because E has to be towards the northeast of G. So E तो ऊपर जा रहा है ना? So your EC will be absolutely definitely greater than AF. That we know here. Okay. Now you can see what did we have between E and C? We had a at the rate. At the rate means 4 and 14. Now let's find what are the values in here. Now you can see that we have seen from the diagram that EC has to be greater than AF. What should be the value of EC now? You can see what should be the value of EC, guys. EC का value कितना आना चाहिए? You can see AF is also 4 or 14. EC is also 4 or 14. But from the diagram, EC is greater than AF. That means EC has to be how much? It has to be 14. Okay, EC कितना आएगा? 14 आएगा. And similarly, what will be the value of AF here? It cannot be 14. It has to be 4. So you can see AF will be how much? AF will be 4 here. So we have got some of the values. We know that AF has to be 4. This EC has to be 14. This is for sure. This FC has to be how much? This FC we have already got as 14. Okay? ये हमें मिल चुका है. Also, we should have BD is greater than B and C, right? BD was how much? You can see 8 or 11. है ना? BD is how much? 8 or 11. And this has to be greater than your BC. So, what is the value of BD and BC? Anybody? What should be the value of BD here? You can see BD has to be greater than BC. That means this has to be 11 and this has to be 8, isn't it? So, you can see BD will be equal to 11 here. And this BC will be how much? This has to be 8 in here. Okay. I hope this is clear. Now, what was the value of BF here? BF का value क्या था? We had this information between F and B. That is where? F and B का क्या value था? Nothing. That is, we do not know what is the value, right? So, if this BC here is 8, right? You can see what is the value of BC here? That is 8. So, what will be the value of this FB? You can see that's going to be 8 plus 6, है ना? BD will be how much? 11. Absolutely. So you can see the remaining here will be 6 here because this total was how much? 14, है ना? So this is the complete diagram that you will be getting. I hope this is clear, everybody. Now the question is, which of the following is definitely false? इनमें से definitely false कौन सा है? The first one, AG is equal to AF. What is the value of AG? What is the value of AG here? What is the value of AG? You can see AG is equal to 4 or 14. We do not know what is the exact value of AG here. It can be 4 or 14. And what is the value of AF here? You can see it is actually 4. So there is a possibility for it to be true. And now you can see AG can be 4 also. It can be 14 also. So if AG is 4, that means it will be equal. So there is a possibility for it to be true. That means it is not definitely false. Okay. GA ka value we do not know, Pavitra. That has a possibility. GA can be either 4 or 14. Okay, it can be 4 also, it can be 14 also. So you can see there is a possibility for it to be true. That is why this is not the answer. This is not definitely false. Definitely false means something that can never be true. I hope this is clear, right? Second one, B $#A. What is the meaning of $hash? Dollar means south. Hash means east. So is B towards the southeast of A? You can see B is towards the southeast of A, right? Yes, absolutely, Sapna. So B is towards the southeast of A. You can see, yes, B is actually towards the southeast. So ये तो बिल्कुल ये तो true है, right? जो second वाला है, this तो anyways is true. That means this also is not the answer. So first and second are eliminated. Third is remaining. EC is greater than FC. What is the value of EC? You can see that's your 14. What is the value of FC? That is also 14. So it is equal to, right? You can see EC is not greater than. It is equal to here. I hope this is clear. So that means the answer to this question has to be option number C. That is only the third one. That is this one. I hope this is clear, everybody. So if the question was about definitely true, the answer would have been the second one. है ना? I hope this is clear, everybody. Please let me know if we have any doubts in here. Anyone, any doubts? किसी को कोई doubt हो, please बताइएगा. How BC line? नवीन? नहीं समझ में आया? देखो, how did we draw this B and C here? It was given that this B and C was, what was there? It had C hash B, right? C hash B was given. Hash meant east. So C was towards the east of B. Now it was given here that we have to take hash as, that is either 8 or 11 kilometers. So this was either 8 or 11 kilometers here, right? Now if you check what is the value of this FC, it has to be FB plus BC, right? What was the value of this FC here? FC was this FB plus BC. So that means it had to be 14 here, right? This FB has to be 14, right? So we found that this FC total is equal to 14. Now we know here that BD is greater than BC. Okay, this is given here that BD has to be greater than BC. Now what is the value of BD here? You can see BD was given as either 8 or 11 And similarly, BC is how much? BC was either 8 or 11, है ना? So either of the two. Now it is BD is greater, that means BD should be 11 and BC should be 8. So once you take your BC as 8, you can absolutely understand that this BF has to be how much? It has to be 6. Why? Because this total FC is equal to 14. Okay? I hope this is clear. Chalo, next question on your screen. Let's have a look at this one. Let's try. Naveen, I hope this was clear. Chalo, let's try this out. In critical reasoning, when do we use either or? Anurag, जैसे एक example ले लो. Let's say when let's say if you have booked a ticket, ठीक है, जैसे आपने एक ticket book करी है and the flight got cancelled, so there will be two course of action. ठीक है, there will be two course of action for you. Either the flight will refund the money or they will be giving you another option of booking the ticket in another flight. ठीक है, या तो वो आपका रिफंड प्रोसेस कर देंगे या फिर आपको दूसरी टिकट प्रोवाइड करेंगे. So in that case, there will be an either or. That is, both of them are a right situation. They are right course of action, but they will not happen simultaneously. That is, either the first option has to be taken or the second option has to be taken. That is, when you take the first one, the second will not be taken, and when you take the second one, the first will not be taken. It will not happen that you will be getting the refund as well and you will be getting another ticket for the same another journey, right? दोनों चीजें नहीं होंगी. So when you have this kind of situation, then we have an either or. ठीक है अनुराग? चलो, let's try this out. Let's see. You're most welcome, अनुराग. चलिए जल्दी से इसको ट्राई करिए. Let's check what should be the diagram here. So you have to tell me all the values, right? What is the value of C and D? What is the value? What is the distance between B and G and so on? ठीक है, सारे values calculate करने हैं. Again, answers will be A is 15, BD is 8, FE is 8. A is 16. Okay, once you complete the diagram, you have to tell me position of D with respect to G. Okay, D with respect to G, that is the question. What is the position of D with respect to G? And also you can calculate the distance and let me know if we can find the distance. Even if it is coming under square root, you can tell me in square root. D and G ke beech ka distance and also the direction. Okay, northwest and the distance. Northwest, everybody? चलो let's try this out, right? Not a very difficult one. This is a good question. Easy सा question है. देखते हैं. So there are 7 people in a family and they are standing in a certain direction from each other. The distance between BD is same as the distance between FE, right? So this is given here that BD has to be equal to FE. Okay. After that, the distance between FE is half of AE. So FE is equal to 1 by 2 of AE, right? I hope this is clear. Now what is given? The remaining arrangement is given in the coded format. ठीक है, 4 root 2. अच्छा चलो ठीक है, 4 root 5. ठीक है, चेक करते हैं. So now we have D ampersand plus. Ampersand plus का क्या मतलब है? To the west. So we have D is to the west of C. Let's draw this. D is to the west of C, right? C hash percentage means north. So C should be towards the north of G. Let's say this is your G here, right? Then we have G greater hash. Greater hash means what? Greater hash means east. So you can see that this G has to be towards the east of B. So G is towards the east of B, right? Let's draw this. Let's say this is your B here. We do not know what is the length of this B and G here. Okay. And it is given that BG, that is CD, right? If you check, CD is equal to BG, right? If you check the last line, it says CD and BG has to be equal. So that means you can understand that this B has to be just below your D, right? It has to be towards the south. That means B will be here, right? So this has to be the value for B. ये आपका point B हो गया. Okay, 4 root 5. चलो. So we got your B also. Now let's see what else do we have. We have C ampersand plus. Ampersand plus means to the west. So C has to be towards the west of A, something like this. Okay. And finally, we have A question mark less than. Question mark less than means you can see south. That means this A has to be towards the south of E. So that means E will be something like this. Let's say this is your E here. Okay. Finally, we have E is greater hash. Greater hash means east. So E has to be towards the east of F. So we have F something like this. Okay. We do not know what is the value of F here. Now, if you check, it is given CD is equal to BG is equal to 2AC is equal to 2GC is equal to 8 meters. So what is the value of CD here? This is 8 meters. Similarly, your GB is how much? GB is also 8 meters. This is equal to twice of AC. That means AC has to be how much? It has to be 4 meters. So this is your 4 meters here. And similarly, GC is how much? GC is also 4 meters. Now from here, we have this information that BD kitna hai? BD is equal to FE. That means this value is 4. So this BD is also equal to 4 here because BD and FE are equal. So you can see that this F will be exactly over your C. Hai na? So this F will be towards the north of C because this BD is equal to FE. So you can see this is also 4. Okay, we got a 4 here. Now FE is equal to half of AE. What is the value of AE here? We do not know. What is FE here? FE ka kitna value hai? You can see that's your 4. So what should be the value of AE? That is your 2, right? So you can see this is the diagram that we will be getting here. Okay. So FE is how much? FE is equal to, sorry, FE, this 8. Okay, my bad. This has to be 8. Okay. So this is twice. So FE has to be half of AE. That means it has to be by 2. So that means into 2. That means it has to be 8. Okay. So this is the diagram that you will be getting. Now the question was, what is the diagram? What is the direction of D with respect to G? So you can see D is towards the northwest. Bilkul sahi hai. And now if you have to calculate what is the value for this, you can find it out that it has to be 4 square, that is 16, plus under root of 8 square, that is 64, right? So वो निकाल सकते हो. I guess it will be something like under root में आएगा 4 root 5 या something, है ना? I hope this is clear, everybody. Please let me know if we have any doubts in this particular question. Everybody clear with this? Everyone clear? Please let me know if we have any doubts in here. Everyone clear? ठीक है? चलो. Next question on your screen. Let's have a look at this one. Let's try. This is again a very easy question. Looks tricky, but a very, very easy question. बहुत easy सा question है. जल्दी से try करिए. Let's see. And guys, tomorrow and day after, we will be having puzzles and seating arrangement. Have you heard Sushmita ma'am had an accident today? I didn't know that, Rohit. Okay, I'll talk to her. I am not really sure. I didn't hear about that. Is she okay? You had a word with her? Oh God, she got a fracture in her hand. Miscellaneous topics also. Yes, Kudrat, don't worry. We will be having topic wise questions, right? Don't worry. Monday, Tuesday, we already had your critical reasoning. Today, we are having coded direction sense. In the coming week, also, we will be having coded blood relation, new pattern, syllogism, right? So, we will be covering all the topics. So, do not worry. Okay. So, we will be going topic by topic, and then we will be having some mini mocks in the coming days as the exam approaches. Okay. Do not worry. चलिए जल्दी से इसको सॉल्व करिए and let me know what should be the answer. That is, what is the distance between Jatin's house and the auditorium? Okay, Neeraj is getting route 740 kilometers. Okay, under route 740 kilometers. Naveen says none of these. Okay, so what is the answer that you are getting, Naveen? Should be also getting route 740 kilometers. Okay, 740 under root of 740. See? Okay. Chalo, we'll see that how this has to be done, right? Not a very difficult one. Looks tricky, but this can be done very very easily. Okay. Although yes, there is under root here. Chalo check karte. Okay, let's see. So Jatin went to an auditorium on a certain day for his drama rehearsals. He started from his house and went in certain directions to reach the auditorium. While on his way, he encountered different signboards with different symbols which determine in which direction he should turn and move forward. For example, if he sees a signboard with at the rate, he turns right. Okay. So you can see at the rate means this one, that is he turns right. Okay. And similarly, if and moves forward in that direction. So that is just given as an example. The distance that he travels in a certain direction is of the form of arithmetic progression with a common difference of 2 meters. Now, what is the meaning of this? I hope everybody knows what is an arithmetic progression. Arithmetic progression is a series which has the same difference, right? That is between two numbers, between two neighboring numbers, the difference between them has to be constant. You know? So that means, let's say if the first number here is, let's say 20. So the next number should be 22 because the difference is 2. Then we will have 24, then 26, then 28 and so on. Now here it is given that he started from his house and went 10 kilometers. That means the first distance is 10, the next has to be 12, the next has to be 14, and then we will have 16 and so on till whatever distance he travels. है ना? Whatever directions and how many travels he makes, that as per that we will be taking the distances in plus 2, right? उस तरह से हम लेंगे. Now what is given, he starts from his house. Let's say this is the house here. Okay, so he starts from his house and goes 10 kilometers in the west. Let's say this is 10 kilometers west. Now after that he reads the sign and saw the journey as given order. So first he saw a sign of percentage. What is the meaning of percentage? That is south. That means from this particular direction, he should go south. And how much should he go south? He has to go 12 kilometers, right? So because it is in arithmetic progression, so he will be going 12 kilometers south. Okay. After that, what is the next symbol? This is your hash. Hash means east. So you can see from this particular point, he has to go hash, that is east. And he should go how much? He should go 14 kilometers. So this is your 14 kilometers here, right? So he comes 14 kilometers towards the east. Now from this direction, what happens? You can see the next is asterisk. Asterisk means north. So you can see from here, he goes north. And how much should he go? He should go, this is 10, 12, 14. So after that, he should go 16. So this is your 12. That means 16 will be somewhere above. Let's say this is your 16. Okay, so he reaches this point. He has crossed this. Okay, so this is 16. He has reached this point here. Now finally, after that, hash again. So you can see he has to travel east from here. So this will be how much? This will be 18, right? So he travels 18 kilometers east. So this is your 18 here. Finally, we have a percentage. Percentage means what? South again. And this has to be 20 here, right? So if this is 16, so 20 will be going beyond it. That means this will be 20, right? And you can see this is what? This is the auditorium, है ना? Because he is reaching the auditorium here. I hope this is clear, everybody. Now the question is, what is the distance between Jatin's house and auditorium? So you can see house was this, right? This was your house. This is your auditorium. You have to calculate this distance here. Now, how do we calculate this distance? Let's see. Okay, let's check. Okay, so you have to calculate a triangle something like this. Let's say this is the triangle here. Okay, ये triangle बन रहा है. So you can see what is this value here. ये value कितना होगा? You can see this value was how much? This value was 14 and this value is 10, isn't it? So this value should be 4 here. है ना? ये value कितना होगा? 4 होगा. And this value is how much? This value is equal to 18. That means you can see the base here is 18 plus 4, that is 22. है ना? 22 हो गया. And what will be the height here? You can see height has to be calculated now. Height कितना होगा? You can see if we draw the diagram like this. Let's check. So you can see इतना ये distance कितना है? This distance is how much? This distance is 12, isn't it? This distance is 12. And this total distance, that is this one, was how much? That is this one here. है ना? ये total distance कितना है? This total distance is 16. So if this is 16 and this much is 12, that means how much this should be? ये जो आपका कितना होगा? This is how much? Let's say if this is your 12, right? This is how much? You can see this total was 18 plus 2, that is 20, right? पूरा जो है height वो 20 है, right? There is a length which is coming as 20. Now from there you will have to subtract this value, isn't it? You will have to subtract this value because you have to calculate this height here, है ना? So that means what is this particular height? ये height कितना है? You can see this is your 4, isn't it? Because this is 16 and this is 12. That means this has to be 4 here. So that means 20 में से 4 minus कर दो, so you get a 16. That means you can see this has to be 16. So under root कितना मिल रहा है? You can see that is equal to 484. 22 square कितना होता है? 484 ही होता है ना? And this is your 256, isn't it? So what do we get here? 6 plus 4, 10. 8 plus 6 is 4. And 4, 5, 6, 7. So root 740. Okay? So root 740 would be the right answer here. Are we clear, everybody? Please let me know if we have any doubts in here. Are we clear? ये समझ में आया कि नहीं? Please बताइएगा. Everybody clear? 684 नहीं आएगा, root 740 ही आएगा सपना. ठीक है? So root 740 would be the right answer here. Okay? चलो. Next question on your screen. Once more. Okay. Naveen, what is not clear here? What is not clear? Naveen, what is not clear? Please tell me. क्या नहीं समझ में आया? Okay, I'll draw the diagram once again a bit clearly. You can see we were starting from the house, right? Let's say this is your house, okay? And this was the first distance, that is your 10. The second distance, that is your 12. The third distance, which was equal to 14, okay? The third distance, after that we had this 16, right? Something like this. Okay, this was 16. And then we had, let's say, 18 here. And then we had your 20 here, right? Let me draw the 20 once again. So this is your 20, okay, 20 here. So this is the diagram that we are getting, okay. So now you have to find what is the distance that we have to calculate is this one. That is the distance between the house and the auditorium. This distance we need to calculate. So first of all, you will have to find the base and the height, okay. Then only you can calculate the hypotenuse. What is this value here? You can see this value has to be calculated on the basis of this. You can see this is how much? 10, right? This is 10 and this total is 14, right? So what will be this value here? You can see this has to be 4, isn't it? This red value will be 4 here because this is 10 and this total here is 14. That means this much will be 4, isn't it? And how much is this value here? You can see this value is equal to 18. So you can see this base here is 18 plus 4, that is equal to 22. Now we have to calculate the height. How do we calculate the height? If you subtract 20 minus this value, you will be getting the value that is this much, the height of the triangle. So what is this value you actually need to calculate and you subtract that from 20. Now how do we find this particular value, the above value? You can see here that this value is 12, this value is 12 here and this total is how much? 16. That means this value has to be 4 because this is 12. This has to be 4 here. So if this is 4, this is also 4. So that means this remaining length has to be 20 minus 4, that is equal to 16. So you can absolutely find out the hypotenuse. Hai na, Naveen? So that is going to be under root of 22 square plus 16 square. That is equal to root of 740. Chalo, let's try this out. Let's see. This is a very nice puzzle in here. Let's check. यवनीत फिर तो सब गड़बड़ हो जाएगा, तुम लोग की क्वांट बिगड़ जाएगी. चलो try this out guys. I hope everybody has liked the session guys. If you have not liked the session, please session को like कर दो, ठीक है. जितने लोग live देख रहे हो at least session को like कर दो. Chalo, let's do one thing. Let's try to do this together, right? This is a very good question. It will take some time also to explain. तो इसको साथ में करते हैं, ठीक है. Let's see how this has to be done. So again, you can see again certain codes have been given and we have certain people who are standing in here. ठीक है, कुछ बच्चे खड़े हैं, क्या खड़े हैं. So you can see distance between points I and M, I ampersand and point L is equal to distance HA. ठीक है, we'll check that. Ram was standing 24 meters hash of E and was facing north. He was instructed to take left turn when he hears a single whistle and turn right when he hears two whistles, right? So that we will check. But first let's find the initial positions of these people. ठीक है, initial position पहले बना लेते हैं for these 7-8 people, whatever we have. ठीक है, so we have K is percentage AF. So percentage AF means you can see percentage का क्या मतलब है, vertical line का midway. That is K has to be exactly between A and F. So we will draw that later. We know A is 7 meters ampersand. What is the meaning of ampersand? That means north. So A has to be 7 meters north of your E, right? Let's say A and E. This is your 7 meters. Okay. Then we have B is 25 meters ampersand hash of E. Ampersand hash, what is the meaning of ampersand hash? Northeast. So B has to be towards the northeast of E, right? And this distance has to be how much? This distance is 25. Okay, this is your B here. Okay, ye B aa gaya. Now what else do we have here? B is 9 meters at the rate of I. Okay, 9 meters at the rate. What is the meaning of at the rate? You can see towards the south. So B has to be towards the south of I. Okay, B is towards the south of I. Let's say this is your I and this is your 9 meters. Okay, ये हो गया I. चलो ये भी हो गया. Then B is asterisk HC. Asterisk means what? Asterisk means midpoint of the value HC, right? So the horizontal value, that means B has to be here and HC will be something like this, either H or C. Similarly, either H or C. We do not know whether H is towards the left or C is towards the left. Okay. What else do we have here? We have A hash H. What is the meaning of hash? That means east. So A has to be towards the east of H, right? A hash H means P is to the east of Q. So A has to be towards the east of H. So you can see H will be somewhere like this, right? H has to be somewhere like this. What is not clear, Shravani? Which point? Which point is not clear? Because first of all, we have drawn your A is 7 meters ampersand. 7 meters ampersand means what? Ampersand was north. So A is towards the north of E. Then we have drawn your B towards the northeast because B is 25 meters ampersand hash. So you will see that B has to be somewhere like this. This will be your B here. Okay. Let's see. So what is your B here? You can see B will be something like this because it is 25 meters, right? So this is your B here. After that, we have drawn this. B is 9 meters at the rate. At the rate means south. So B has to be 9 meters south of I. Let's say this is your I and this is your 9. And now you have this information that B is asterisk HC. Asterisk means what? That B is the midpoint of horizontal line. Hai na? So B has to be the midpoint of the horizontal line HC. I am starting from the start only, Shravani. You can see we have drawn the first one, that is A is towards the north of E, then B is towards the northeast of E, and then I is towards the north of B, right? That is the one. Hai na? We have got this one. Now you can see B has to be the midpoint of HC. And you also know that H has to be such that we have A hash H. What is the meaning of hash? That is east. So A has to be towards the east of H. So if A is towards the east of H, you can see H has to be here because A is towards the east of H. So now you can see that H and B has to be something like this because we know that B has to be the midpoint of H and C. So that means HB has to be equal to your B and C, isn't it? And you can see from the diagram that H is towards the west of B. So your C will be towards the east of B. I hope this is clear. So you will be getting something like this. So here your HB is equal to BC, right? That is understood that HB should be equal to BC. Now can you tell me what should be the value of AB here? Anybody? If we have 7 here, if this is 25, what should be the value of AB? Anybody who knows this triplet? ये वाला triplet पता है क्या? 625 minus 49. What should be the value here? Anybody for AB? Anybody for AB? What should be the value? क्या होगा AB का value? 24. Absolutely. You can see 25, 24 and 7. That's again a triplet, right? So AB will be how much? AB will be 24. Okay, we have found AB as 24. Okay. After that, let's see what else do we have here. Then also we have used this line. We will use the later part. We have this one. That is L is 41 meters ampersand hash. What is the meaning of ampersand hash? Ampersand is north and hash means east. So L is towards the northeast of A, right? L has to be towards the northeast of A. And L hash I. What is the meaning of hash? Ma'am, K is midpoint of AF. K, yes, we will draw that. Don't worry. We will see, right? We will check that. Where is K? Where is F? We will see. Don't worry. Okay, first let's find I because we can connect it here. That L has to be 41 meters ampersand hash. That means northeast. And your L is hash A. Hash means east. So L is towards the east of I, right? So you can see L has to be towards the east of I. That means L will be here. and this will be your 41 meters, right? You can see this has to be 41 here. Okay, do we have anything with respect to L and C? No, we do not have anything with respect to L and C here. Okay, so L and I is given, that is L hash I, that means L is towards the east of I, and L is 41 meters ampersand hash. So you can see ampersand hash something like this. This is your 41 meters. Okay, now what is given, what else is remaining? We have this one, that is K dollar I. What is the meaning of dollar? Dollar means west. So K has to be towards the west of I. So that means K has to be somewhere along this particular line. Okay, K has to be somewhere along this particular line. But it is also given here that we have K percentage AF. Okay, we have K percentage AF here. So that means K has to be the midpoint of your A and F. Okay, so you will see, that means if you have this point, that is K has to be somewhere to the west of I, but K has to be the midpoint of your AF. So you can see K is here, A is here, that means F will be somewhere above, right? F has to be somewhere above, such that your KF is equal to your KA, something like this. I hope this is clear, everybody. Okay, so this will be the diagram that you will be getting. Are we clear, everybody? ये समझ में आया कि नहीं? कुछ इस तरह का डायग्राम बनेगा. ठीक है, everyone clear with this? Everybody clear? Now if you check, we also had this information here that the distance between I and L is equal to HA, right? So this distance and IL, this distance, they have to be equal, right? So IL is equal to HA. अब यहाँ पर B और C का वैल्यू कितना होगा? You can see that this is 24 here. This HA का वैल्यू पता है हमें? HA, do we know this distance? HA का वैल्यू कैसे निकालेंगे? Do we have that value here? HA नहीं है ना? So we have the distance between I and L is this. This is equal to what? ये कैसे निकलेगा? ये तो नहीं निकलेगा. B and C का भी नहीं पता हमें. B and C पता है क्या? We have HC. This is the midpoint. AH is equal to, A is the midpoint, B is the midpoint of HC. So BC is equal to this one. 41 is hypotenuse for A, K and L. ये डायग्राम थोड़ा सा गड़बड़ बनाया है शायद हमने. चलो फिर से देख लेते हैं. 41 is hypotenuse for AKL. Yes, this is 41 here. So you can see, can we calculate this length here? ये भी तो नहीं पता ना कि, अच्छा नहीं, yes we can find, right? What do we have here? This is how much? अच्छा चलो एक काम करते हैं, ये डायग्राम को फिर से बना लेते हैं, right? Let me, KL is equal to 24. KI is equal to 24. That is fine. This is 24. This is also 24. But can we calculate this here? ये कैसे निकालेंगे? ये वाला वैल्यू कैसे निकालेंगे? Because we do not know this here. ये तो नहीं पता ना. AK पता है क्या? AK भी नहीं पता है, because we had this point, that is K is the midpoint of A and F. So K is the midpoint of A and F. So something like this. Let's say this is your K here, this is your F here, and this is your A here, right? K is the midpoint of A and F. AF कितना है? ये भी नहीं पता. AK नहीं पता ना. AK is 9. अच्छा IB is पता है. IB पता है, हाँ 9 है. So this is your 9, this is your 9, absolutely. So we had this information that this is 9, है ना? So if this is 9, you can see AK is 9, so KF is also 9, बिल्कुल सही है. So you can find that this is a triangle, right? We are getting a triangle like this, है ना? This is your 41 and this is your 9. So can we find this? अब base निकाल सकते हैं ना? We can find the base, absolutely. So you can see this has to be 1600, under root of 1600. That means you will be getting a 40. Isn't it? You will be getting this as what? ये थोड़ा सा डायग्राम ऊपर बन गया ना, so that is the problem here. So you can see that this total length will be how much? This total length will be equal to, for this triangle, you can see when we have a hypotenuse of 41 and when we have a height of 9, you can see this distance has to be 40. Okay, so you are getting this as 40 here. तो ये कितना आ गया आपका? 40 आ गया. ठीक है, अब यहाँ पर और देखो क्या दे रखा है. So once you get this as 40, okay, you can find the remaining one, that is this value, because you can see this is 24. ये कितना था? 24 था. That means this has to be how much? This has to be 16. ये कितना आ जाएगा? 16 आ जाएगा. because this total is 40, this AB is 24, so that value will be 16 here. Now the distance between I and L is equal to H and A. So you can see if this is 16, IL is also 16, that means you get H and A also 16. ठीक है, तो ये value भी आ गया है ना. I hope this is clear. So now you know that this HA plus AB, how much is this value? That is 24 plus 16, that is equal to 40. Now we had this information that H was the B was the midpoint, right? B was the midpoint of your H and C. So that means if BH is how much? 40, that means this total also should be equal to 40. है ना, ये हो जाएगा. So BC is also equal to 40 because B is the midpoint of your H and C. ठीक है, तो HB कितना आ रहा है? 40 आ रहा है, तो आपका BC भी 40 आ जाएगा. ठीक है, I hope this is clear, है ना. So now whatever is remaining, so I and L is equal to H and A. We have found H and A also. Ram was standing 24 meters hash of E. So hash of E, ये E है, ठीक है. hash मतलब क्या है? East है. So 24 meters east of E, that means he will be standing here. This is your Ram's first point. ठीक है, राम कहाँ खड़ा है? राम यहाँ पर खड़ा है. ठीक है, so this is your 24 meters east and he is facing the south, है ना. He is facing the north initially. Now he was instructed to take a left turn when he hears a single blow of whistle and turns right when he hears two whistles. Now you can see you will have to make the new arrangement here. अब यहाँ पर वो चलना शुरू करता है. क्या होता है? He heard two whistles blows and then moves 12 meter. So two whistle means you can see when he hears two whistle, he has to take a right turn, because you can see takes a right turn when he hears two whistles. तो मतलब यहाँ से he takes a right turn and he has to move for 12 meters. That means he will be going down. So this is your 12 meters, something like this. ठीक है, वो नीचे चला गया 12 meters. Again heard two whistles blow. So फिर से वो right मुड़ेगा because again he is hearing two whistles, है ना. So that means again he will be taking a right turn from here and he moves 15 meters. So 15 meters would be something like this. Let's say he comes for 15 meters here. So he reaches this point here. ठीक है, 15 meters हो गया and heard a single whistle blow. अब उसे single whistle मिलता है, मतलब he will now take a left turn from this point. So he hears a single whistle, after which he moves for 24 meters. So from here he has to take a left turn and 24 meters, that means here, and he will be reaching this point. ठीक है, वो यहाँ पहुंच गया. After that he again heard a single whistle, that means again a left turn, and he moved for 29 meters. So you can see 29 meters would be something like this, that is 15 plus 14, right? So 29 would be something like this. ठीक है, so ये 29 meters उसने move कर लिया. He has reached this point here. After this he heard two whistle blows and moved for 6 meter. So 6 meter यहाँ से, that means again he will be going below, है ना. I'll remove myself from the screen here, just a second. So again he heard two whistle blows. So that means take a right turn, he goes below and goes for 6 meter. And then he heard a single whistle blow, that means again a left turn, and then he moved for 4 meters. So फिर से उसे 4 meter जाना है, तो 4 meter would be something like this, right? And then what happens is he moved 38, again a single whistle, that means again he has to take a left turn from here. अब left turn लेके कितना जाना है? 38 meters, right? So 38 meters, you can see 38 would be, if you check 6 meters and 24, that is 30 meters. So that means 8 meters more, so he will be reaching this point here. ठीक है, कुछ इधर पहुंच गया. Okay. Finally he hears two whistles and moves 7 meters. So again a right turn and he has to go 7 meters. ठीक है, यहाँ पहुंच गया. Just check once, ये 29 है, this is your 4, right? So 29 plus 4. You can see this is your 15, right? ये 15 था and this will be 14, right? This is your 14. You can see till here this was 16, तो यहाँ पर अभी भी 2 मीटर बचा है, तो वो एक बार चेक कर लेना. ये डायग्राम में जगह नहीं बची है मेरे पास. ठीक है, so you can see this is your 7 here. After that what happens? Finally he heard a single whistle and moved for 28 meter. Now you can see he has to go 28 meters again, so it will be something like this. above चला जाएगा. This is your 7 meters and from here whatever is remaining, so he will be going 28 meters, which will be going beyond this point. ठीक है, तो वो फाइनली 28 meters ऊपर चला जाएगा. ठीक है, I hope this question is clear to everybody that how this has to be done. So first of all, you will have to find this diagram. It is more like a puzzle. Absolutely, this is a puzzle based on coded direction cells. So first of all, you had to make the diagram as per the persons, that is they are standing, and then you have to make the direction, that is person Ram move here. ओके अब ये आपका एस बी आई पीओ मेन्स में ऐसा क्वेश्चन आ चुका है वेयर वी हैड 7 फ्लाइट्स इन देयर and when there was one horn then it took a left turn, then when there were two horns it took a right turn. इस तरह का क्वेश्चन आया था आपका एस बी आई पीओ मेन्स में. ठीक है, आई होप दिस इज क्लियर एवरीबडी दैट व्हाट हैड टू बी डन हियर. इसको फिर से डायग्राम को थोड़ा सा साफ सुथरा बनाना. यू विल सी दैट यू विल बी गेटिंग द आंसर फॉर एवरीथिंग हियर. ठीक है, सारी चीजें बन जाएंगी. इट जस्ट हैव टू बी डन विद अ लॉट ऑफ स्पेस. तो स्पेस लेके डायग्राम को बनाना, प्लीज उसको बीच में करिएगा. मैम यू वर नॉट अवेलेबल इन Oliveboard for 2 months. Yes, Surendra, I was not there for 2 months, but again I have rejoined here. Everybody clear? So this is for homework. ठीक है, ये आपका होमवर्क क्वेश्चन है. हाउ मच टाइम दिस पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन विल टेक अराउंड 10 to 12 मिनट्स मिनिमम सपना. ठीक है, थोड़ा सा उसमें कैलकुलेशंस हैं एंड यू हैव टू बी वेरी केयरफुल व्हाइल यू ड्रॉ द डायग्राम. सो इट विल टेक अराउंड 12 मिनट्स, 12-13 मिनट्स ले लेगा अगर आराम से अच्छे से बनाएंगे तो. ठीक है, so this is for your homework. You have to mention the answer in the comment section, that what is the answer, right? That is what will be the distance between I and R. That is the question here. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed today's session, guys. Tomorrow we will be having a session on puzzles and seating arrangement. कल हम क्या करेंगे? Puzzles and seating arrangement. We will be having some absolutely great questions based on previous year pattern for your IBPS PO mains. ठीक है, 1 meter before F in north. चलो ठीक है. So I hope you enjoyed today's session. In case you have any doubts, you can always feel free to let me know in the chat section. Also, you can talk to me on Telegram on the channel that is Reasoning by Nikita. तो Reasoning by Nikita channel पे आप मुझसे बात कर सकते हो. I'll be happy to help you out with any problems you have. Okay. So thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am. You are a great teacher with so much patience and humility. Thank you so much, Sapna. My pleasure here. So thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed today's session. मजा आया हो तो सेशन को लाइक जरूर कर देना. And please take care, stay safe. I'll see you tomorrow with another session. So please take care, stay safe. Have a great day. I'll see you soon. Thank you.